All right, very good afternoon to you, and thanks for still staying with us on Midday Live. It's now time for us to do business, and this afternoon we'll be looking at the textile industry, matters arising, as well as more business updates. My name is Nana Ikeasari. Now, the Textile Garment and Leather Employees Union has threatened to hit the streets if government fails to restore the mandate of the Anti-Textile Piracy Task Force. The task force's operation was suspended after textile traders petitioned government. The union says the move has further deepened their woes of textile manufacturers.
According to the Textile, Garment and Leather Workers Union, TEGLU, President John Dramani Mahama's directive to suspend operation of the Anti-Textile Piracy Task Force was in a bad taste.
The task force operations were put on hold in December last year by the president, and he did it for a purpose, because the women had gone to complain that they were being harassed in the market, and that they did not know that they were doing the wrong thing, and so they cannot be faulted for the trading that they were doing.
General Secretary of the Union, Abraham Compson, said the task force mandate was expected to have resumed by the first quarter of this year.
The president said we should use the first quarter of this year to do that education. And true to his word, the government sponsored an outreach, get the task force reinstated.
The Anti-Textile Piracy Task Force has seized 4 million pieces of smuggled pirated wax prints since its inception in 2007.
Well, so exactly what is happening, we are being joined on phone this afternoon by the General Secretary of the Union, Abraham Compson, to tell us what really is going on. Mr. Compson, thanks for joining us on Midday Live Business. Hello, Mr. Compson.
Yes, madam.
Well, let's establish this fact. Are you done or through with the sensitization government asked you to go through, asking for the task force once again?
Yes, we are done with it.
And you're sure it has gone down well with the
next
people?
Next week we will wind up in Accra, but we started from Accra. We've gone to all the regions, and we are ending in Accra next week.
Mr. Compson, when we look at the reports coming out, we were expecting the task force to come out by the first quarter of this year. Would you might have in any way sought to find out what might have caused this delay?
Delay in the
government coming out with the task force?
Yeah, you see, the president made a commitment. He said we should use the first quarter of this year to do the sensitization. Okay. And the first quarter should have ended in August, in March. But some schedules had to change, and so we have delayed. That's why we are yet to round up.
Right, so, Mr. Compson, going on a demonstration, once again the market women came round to talk about the issue of fear and panic when these task force come around. Have you thought of any alternative way in dealing with the women when it comes to the pirated fabrics or wax prints?
No, you see, I don't know why they should talk about panicking. If we are not this time round, we know we have this visibility police patrols. And
but apart from the task force,
so does it mean that when you hear the siren, you start running away?
Well, so Mr. Compson, apart from the task force, would there have been any advice or alternative you would have given to government if there were any?
No, why? I don't understand why. Because if people are recalcitrant, people don't want to, abide by the rules of the business that they are doing. I mean, what next? You want us to go? Nobody goes there to go and harass them. That's why this time we are saying that I mean, the ministry should come with a television camera to video every exercise that we undertake. So
okay. All right.
the women who are rather attacking the task force, or the task force attacking them, then what do we see?
All right, Mr. Kumsin, thank you so much for your stance this afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Kumsin. Mr. Kumsin. Abraham Kumsin is the General Secretary of the Textile, Garment and Leather Employees Union, who have threatened to hit the streets if government fails to restore the mandate of the Anti-Textile Piracy Task Force. We just spoke with him and he stated his stance. Let's move on to issues on rent tax. And the Ghana Revenue Authority says it has employed more hands to ensure the effective collection of rent tax. And the authority says punitive measures have been put in place to ensure tax evaders are dealt with.
We need people to know their tax obligations, so they need to understand the laws in order to comply. We've employed some temporary hands that have gone around almost the whole of Accra, especially where we have concentration of buildings, to check who are the owners, who are the occupants, the rents and those things, and then we are building a database.
The Ghana Revenue Authority explained that measures have been put in place to ensure the effective collection of rent taxes. Some taxpayers and consultants were taking through the procedure and importance of the collection of rent tax. Touching on the new VAT Act 870, the authority said pharmaceuticals will soon pay tax. The Principal Revenue Officer of the Policy Unit at GRA, Thomas Agozo, explained that though there have been challenges with the implementation of the banking tax, the authority is ready with its implementation in July.
The law clearly stated that financial service is still exempt, but for those that are provided for fee, commission and similar charges. The issues had to be with the base on which the tax should be charged, and there had always been consultation with the stakeholders to arrive at the indicative list. And so currently that is what is ongoing, and I'm sure by the start of July they will roll out the VAT.
And the Ghana cedi continues to see a further depreciation, starting market trading today on the interbank markets. Later at 4:30, we'll be giving you exactly what the figures are speaking when it comes to the interbank markets. I'm Nanika Asari. It's Midday Live. Stay with us.